Hello, Doom here, and this is episode 8 on Too Crafty. And let me first show you up here some of the stuff I've done inside and underneath in the big room. I've got this little house up here. So I put a few things in here. I'm not really great at interior design. We've got a nice little carpet. And down here some stuff and books and lights. And a witch, of course, that I put up a quick video of me capturing it. We got a witch in there, all safe and no danger at all. It would be quite nice if you could actually see name tags. It would be nice if they could actually make a change to be able to see that. It's a crazy suggestion, but it's just an idea to be able to actually see names you put on things. But we got our witch in there, her own little. Well, it's like a prison cell really, isn't it? But she's got windows. It's quite nice. And down here, the room down here as well, more green and purple. I figured I just wanted to do some with those colours because of it being like witchy colours. And I just done like random patterns, like got myself a bit of a pattern here on the walls up to the ceiling. And I quite like the way that turned out, the way this actually looks. The purple and green actually go quite well together. And of course this is blue clay because of course hardened clay is weird, so the colours don't always match, so blue ends up being purple. But it's a nice purple, very nice purple. So I like this room. I actually quite like this room. We got our centerpiece here, and I'll weigh down if we need to get down for now. Probably temporary, but it's a way down nonetheless. Now I'll go down to the bottom, down this this support that's holding up the overhang, and then we can get back. So that's some of the stuff I've done over here. Now we're going to actually go and do the stuff we're actually doing today, which is different. Alright then, let me just start here and walk towards where we're working so I can talk you through the stuff, because in a moment I'm just going to go away and do some things, because I'm going to be planting a big wheat farm, a big wheat field, not so much a farm, a wheat field, and do some other stuff. And I want to talk about other things again, sort of related to last episode when I was struggling to build, because it's happened again and I feel like I'm losing a bit of spark in the building, like I've got builder's block or something. But I'll count a backup of something else to do, which relates to it. But I've started laying out this sort of direction for here. So we've got the bridge going across here. And I've got these steps. I'm probably going to have stairways coming down here, down to this bit, which is all flat. And I've done a lot of terraforming, which we'll see in a bit. It's more evident over here that it's terraformed, but still looks quite nice and natural. And then we'll come over here, and then, well, here it is now. Done some terraforming over there, which we're going to work on a path around here. And I'm actually quite happy with the way I've terraformed this area. I'm going to have sort of like farms and wheat fields down here and other stuff. It's always best to kind of avoid straight lines when you do some terraforming, but I got some there, and I do feel I've actually done quite a good job of terraforming this. Quite a nice bit of land to actually do stuff on. But in a moment I'm going to do some wheat fields in this general area. We'll see it when it's done. I may do a sped up bit with some fancy music. And I need somewhere to put trees as well, because I don't want the trees over there but my starter place. But what I was also going to be doing is I wanted to build a windmill and maybe another house over here in this nice like overhang here. This nice arch. It's quite a nice little area. I've lit it up, of course, on some terraforming. That was a big massive hill that I've kind of like terraformed down. But I tried, I just could not think what to do. I have an idea in my head of sort of what I want it to look like, but I just can't build anything. It's not coming together. So I'm growing very frustrated. I can't think where to put the blocks and how to piece them together and make something that looks decent. I'm really struggling. It's like I have got some sort of like builder's block. It's just not happening for me at the moment. So I'm going to focus instead. I'm just going to do the wheat fields, and I'm going to do some pathways and start getting things together, because then maybe once I've got other stuff here, maybe I'll be able to figure it out and all that stuff. But I do want something in that in that archway, I want a windmill of some sort and another sort of house over there, and maybe some stuff behind it as well, because it kind of opens to a nice little shadow ditch with trees in it. But that's what we're doing. I've got a nice canvas here which I've all terraformed out, and I guess we'll talk a bit more about that later, because I've got to talk about my base, because while I've been thinking of that, I think I've got a solid idea of what I want to do with my base. Now, I know I said a few episodes ago that I don't really have much idea and I'm just making it up, but I've had a long think and I think I know now. And that might help, because I've got a lot of grindy stuff to do with clearing stuff out and more terraforming stuff, so that might help me take my mind off the building of things, and then things will come to me out of the blue and I'll be able to do it. But we'll see. But now, I'm going to get started on doing these wheat fields. Here we are then. That's the changes, the transformation of this area with the wheat fields, which has turned out pretty cool. I actually like big wheat fields like this, going over not the square ones, but you actually plant them around the shape of the land like this, and that looks pretty cool. I've got two pathways cutting through there, and we've got some trees up here, the trees that I have that I've planted in these little areas, and some stairways. I need to get myself some jungle and acacia, which I could probably get from spawn. I think I've got those trees over there. And I need to find a place to plant those, which I think I know where to stick them. But I've got all that done. I need some improvements to make, because I kind of forgot light requirements, and of course this overhang here. But I didn't want to move where I was sticking the wheat fields, so I've just put glowstone in certain places to keep things growing. We have to think of another solution, even though the glowstone doesn't look too bad, because when the wheat's grown, it kind of hides it a little bit, and the colours kind of go together. It's sort of a similar colour. But go up here. We just need to figure out the build now. I need to actually get out of this little issue I'm having with building stuff, and actually figure out a build, because it'll look complete once there's a build here. It'll look pretty nice in that little area once I figured it out. But with the lighting solution as well, the glowstone, I have a few ideas that I may do, but I don't want to do them yet. There's a few things in my head that I'm tying with, and I'll figure them out. But for now, that looks good, and it's quite a nice sight. The wheat fields like that. Yeah, that's turned out pretty well. That looks pretty cool. So I think now what we'll do is we're going to work on the pathway towards it. Going along here, and talk about some stuff as well, I suppose, about some things on my base. We'll just put a fence along here, just put some fences here and there. I might have some of the trees down here, so I might put the acacia I like plant some acacias around here maybe, and a jungle trees will probably fit in there somewhere. But anyway, let's talk about my base and what I'm going to be doing, because I kind of figured stuff out a little bit. Don't want to spoil stuff, of course, but I could talk about a few things because I know that I was a bit stuck and saying I was making up as I go along, but I was doing some thinking, and I think I have a general idea now of how I want my base to be. I'm doing all this sort of stuff on the outside, but I need a proper place to set up and some proper farms that I want to do. What did I want to do here? Get that. Oh, I shifted out the wrong one. I know there's people who are fancy with their whole using the number keys as the hotkeys to switch items into the hotbar. I don't think I'll ever be able to do that. I'm no good at stuff like that. What do I want to do here then? I think it might be like this. So yeah, so I've been thinking about a base, because I can say some things. Possibly going to have a tower there. I know I talked about towers, but I want there possibly be a tower there, and there'll be a few more here and there. Like I'm thinking that could probably extend, that support could probably extend through and connect up to that, and I could probably stick another tower going through that at some point. And I have a general idea of the mountain here. I want to light it up first though inside the little cave it is, the massive cave it is, just to have a better look inside. But I think you know what to do in there, some big builds. I've essentially, when I've been thinking about my base, I've kind of identified maybe possibly 4 or 5 big projects to work on at my base. Oh, that bridge is a bit too small. Hold on. I have to fix that. Right, make it a bit wider. Just want a simple bridge here going across. I'm kind of making this a bit more difficult than it needs to be. Yes, I've identified these areas and these things I can work on, these big projects. I'm going to have to work out how to split them up into smaller projects to work on in episodes. But there's a lot to get on. It's good that I have a general idea now of what I want to be doing with the stuff. So we've got some things in there once I've had a better look at it. I've got an idea for something on top of that snowy hill, doing stuff in the snowy area. Closer beds over here. Yeah, that's fine. That's a basic bridge. Nothing too special, but it gets us over that little ditch. Save me having to fill it in. And of course I'm looking to still with towers and stuff and little builds here and there, like we got the stuff on there, the potion house, and we got this farm area down here, just transforming the outside to look really nice and pleasant. And then of course on there, and then we've got the, let's just put stairs here. I'm not sure what to do with this bit. I want to do a bit of terraforming because it looks a bit messy, but I'm not sure what to do with it quite just yet. But I know I want there to be dark slabs to use as a stairway. And I guess we'll go over and have a look over here. I gotta figure out this small little tunnel here. Yeah, I need to just terraform that. I'm not sure how to do it just yet. But I see it looks deep-ish. I thought it went through at one point, but I'm gonna have to light that up and have a look inside. But I think that's a sizable mountain with a hollow bit there, which I could probably do some big things in there, probably possibly. I want to actually figure out and work on. And of course we have the bit down there where it goes down. I made a little bridge there and I was thinking of doing stuff in there. I think I know what I want to do. I think that's where my main bit of my base is going to be. Where I have loads of things. And then of course we've got to work out down here what the build I need to do. I need to work out if it's going to be a windmill or something else. But it needs to be something. Let's get the shovel because I'm going to put gravel down on the floor. But it needs to be something because this area looks quite nice. I like the way this has turned out with the wheat fields. But it looks a bit empty. I need to just figure out the build to stick right there and it'll look complete. Let's start building a pathway at some down here. Isn't quite, that bridge is basic but it's fine. Let's widen this out a bit. But loads of things, loads of ideas here and there now. I've got a general idea of how my base is going to be. Give me the gravel. I might change this actually, because I've still got the old gravel, because I haven't changed my texture pack in ages since they moved. I think this resource pack I'm using was before, it was textures before they changed gravel, I think, or maybe I changed the gravel and it's just been the same, so I've never had the new gravel. I don't like the new gravel, it looks metal. It looks metallic-y, and it's supposed to be gravel, it's supposed to be ground up stones and dirt. I'm just going to break some stuff. I'm just going to break out a little pathway and put gravel down to give me a general idea of where a path's going to be. I'm going to tidy up another time. That's what I might do for next episode, because I'm slightly behind. I'm actually recording this episode a lot later than I usually would be doing that I'd want to be recording. So I'm a little bit behind on recording schedule, so I may do something a bit easy for next episode, something that I can just get on with very quickly with minimal setup. Where is that one? Give me the dirt again. Yeah, something I can do with minimal setup, which may be over more of this pathway and over down there, because those trees, which I think I've cut down by the starter area, my starter house, can be that area needs to be changed now because the trees are gone. So I'm going to need to do something there, which I may do next episode. Should be an easy thing that I don't need to do much setup for. And that'll give me a little bit more time then to plan on other things and figure out what I do next. I think I know what I'll do next. Possibly work over there. But that's good. That's good. I've got inspiration and ideas for my base now, which is a good thing. With me currently going through this creative block where I can't seem to figure out how to build individual buildings, and nothing seems to go right now. Well, that's too similar. Better. Well, maybe I may use andesite actually, the cracked one. That would be a good idea. Oh, we'll use gravel for now though, as I said. I guess other projects, I've been thinking about it, and I've been talking about that project in the Nether, but you know, thinking about it again, I need to stop setting myself massive projects when I've got other massive projects to do. I mean, it would have been a nice thing to build, but I need to stop being so... I need to stop giving myself too much to do. I mean, it's bad enough trying to do my base. I'm trying to do something for my base, and I'm getting stuck all the time. And I'm thinking about now, all these things I want to build on my base, I probably should just put the Nether project to one side for another time. Maybe another map or something. And just focus on my base. I've got a lot of things to do. There's a lot of different projects I can mix up with, so I may just focus on that. So the Nether project probably won't happen. Probably a good idea. Because I'll probably be forcing it, because in all honesty I probably haven't got a good fortress. And I'd ideally like one closer to my portal. I think what I need to do is, when I'm actually on these multiplayer maps, I need to get into a habit of actually having a longer tunnel and going further out from spawn. I think on every map I've had on a multiplayer server, I think I've always been about 1,200 blocks out every single time. So I think maybe next time, and I assume it's a long time away, but maybe next time when there is a season 3, I might go a bit further out instead of going the exact same distance I always go. And then maybe I'll have better luck finding a suitable fortress to do a project in the Nether that I have, the idea I have for it. Yeah, we're getting a pathway here. I need to tidy it up, which I think will be next episode. I think I'll continue with this path and continue round and actually tidy this up, because I did put this out of impulse when I was thinking about other things. And I've got a few ideas of how to tidy it up and actually link it all up together, and this sort of area needs to have things in so it's not so bare, because there's a nice view here of the dark oak forest and the waterfalls and this nice river, which I'll need to see where it goes actually, if I can actually make use of that. and tidy that up over there. As you can see, the trees have gone. But I think I'm going to wrap that up now. And I can now start thinking about the projects I want to work on and get some solid plans so I don't get stuck with some creative build-us block and I know what to actually do. But we're starting to get things together and tie things in. We've got a sort of a pathway that we're working on over here, and this area, another area we've transformed. We have transformed with the wheat fields, and it looks quite nice. So thanks for watching, and I will see you again next time.